Are you trying to sell your house and it's been sitting on the market with no offers and no more showings, and you don't know what's going on? I have 6 proven tips for you to help sell your house. Stay tuned to the last one because it's a doozy. Hi, I'm Chad Scott,
I'm Aalia Scott.
and we're real estate agents here in the Kenosha market. Let's get into this video.
Tip number one, let's compare. Okay. We have one house that is priced pretty high on the market and has been sitting for so long. Same with yours, same amount of days. Okay. But if this house A, is still on that high side and your house drops the price, your house becomes the attractive house that will pull more buyers to that house over the one that's priced high, giving it a higher chance of your house to be sold. So,
Pro tip, when you drop the price of your house, make sure you change that listing picture, that first picture that people see, because even though the days on market stays the same, people will see that new picture when they're scrolling through Zillow or the MLS, and they'll be like, hey, this looks like a new listing because that picture has changed. And it'll look like a fresh listing, and they'll want to take a look at it again. So make sure that your agent changes that first picture.
okay, tip number two, improve that curb appeal. Not first impressions is everything, especially if you want to attract those buyers. Make sure your house has fresher paint, fresher base. There's a special guest that is coming and wanting their camera time as well. So make sure your landscaping, as soon as you cut that grass, that fresh looking grass, trim those hedges, open up those walkways, it will improve the visual aspects of your house.
Make sure all those weeds are pulled out of your garden if you have a garden, out of your flower beds. If it's wintertime and there's a bunch of snow that just fell, make sure your walkways are shoveled. Make sure you put some salt down so it's not icy. You don't want guests that are coming to look at your house to accidentally slip and fall on ice. That gives them a wrong first impression of your house. Yeah, your house may be beautiful, but if they just fell on their butt, now their butt's all bruised and sore walking through your house, that makes them feel like this house is really beautiful, but I just slipped on the ice outside and fell, and now my butt is all bruised. I just have a bad taste in my mouth all of a sudden.
Tip number three, I can't count apparently. Update that listing. So the side-by-side comparison of a low quality picture versus a professional photo, or outdated one versus a refreshed description, a refreshed explanation of this, a description of your house can attract. It will, your listing is the home's online first impression. So we talked about the impressions of the outdoor, the external, in your face, in person impression. Now we're talking about your impression online. You need to take those new high quality videos, high quality photos, even if you can afford someone to do a drone footage, that is a very, very appealing photo because it kind of shows the overall picture of your property. So the buyers will have no hesitation to actually visualize the area when they're looking online.
And this is especially important if your house has been set on the market for a change of seasons. Let's say you went live in the spring, or let's say you went live in the summer, and now it's fall, and the leaves are changing colors. Buyers can notice those differences. Like it was all green when the pictures were originally taken, and now the trees are becoming bare with no leaves, or the leaves are changing colors. They can see those differences when they see the pictures online and they go see the house in person. Now the trees are all bare with no leaves on there. It makes a big difference psychologically to them. So make sure you update those listing pictures with the change of seasons. Make sure that you change that listing description, refresh it every change of season if your house has been on the market for 60, 90 plus days. It does make a difference psychologically to buyers.
So tip number four, consider staging your house. Those cluttered cabinet spaces needs to really hone in on opening up those counter spaces. N- uh, as a buyer, when we're looking for houses, what I'm looking for is, do I have enough counter space? If your counters are completely full, it's
Especially for her coffee stuff.
oh
She
my God,
has to have
yes,
enough for her coffee maker and all
of
of her coffee
course.
supplies.
It helps the buyers actually visualize their items in that house, making it even a more connection to that house, to that buyer. So consider opening up spaces. If the house is empty and you don't have any furniture, talk to your real estate agent and consider virtual staging, like a picture of a virtual staging. So helping that buyer who's looking online visualize furniture in that house. Again, you're wanting to connect to that buyer in a more personal way. And we've been talking about the first impressions. That is also along the lines of being a first impression photo.
Virtual staging is a very good tip. If you're not currently living there and the house is vacant. Also, if you are living there, stage it with your own stuff. Have your realtor walk through the house and give you some tips on how to properly stage your own furniture to make the house look bigger and just more buyer friendly, I guess you could say. Um, if you want to, you can hire a professional stager to come in there with either their own furniture or maybe just rearrange your furniture to look more professional or more inviting to buyers. Professional stagers really aren't that expensive, maybe a few $100, maybe a small percentage of the sales price. They really aren't that expensive. So if you want to look into professional staging, your realtor should have some contacts for professional stagers. Just ask them and see how much it could cost you. It's not that big of a deal. So just
Mhm.
look into it.
All right, tip number 6.
Five.
Was
Tip
it
number
5?
five.
Sorry. I need to learn my numbers. Tip number 5, switch that real estate agent. If your home is sitting on the market for a long time and then it quickly sells after switching agents, I'm not saying that all agents or any agents are bad. Maybe they don't have the tricks and tips that need that changing, or it has tricks and tips that the other agent is comfortable with. It's just like teaching. We all have our toolbox of teaching. It's whether or not that toolbox is the fit for the students, aka the seller. So
The real truth is that not all real estate agents are created equal. Every real estate agent has their own marketing plan. They all have their own personality. We all fit differently with each client. One real estate agent might fit really well with one seller. I might fit really well with one seller, and Ali might fit really well with another seller. It's just personality types. My boss, Ben, might fit really well with a different seller. You never know. That's why we interview each other when we meet with sellers. I had met with sellers before where I just don't mesh with them, and I decide not to work with them. So that has happened before. But if you feel like you're not meshing well with your agent after a couple months, you can fire them. You can say, you know what, I want to try another agent, try their marketing plan, and see what they can do for me. And just interview other agents and try another agent and see if that works out for you. Maybe they'll get your house sold quicker. Maybe they'll have the same luck. I don't know. But you never know until you try something.
so you wanted to tell us the last tip of the day?
Tip number 6 is offer incentives. So, in addition or in place of dropping the price of your house, is you can offer incentives. So, a big thing when interest rates started going up, what now, a year ago,
Mhm.
2 years ago, something like that, was a 2-1 buy down that sellers were offering buyers. So, what that was that they were offering to buy down the buyer's interest rate for a year or two. Or you can offer a big credit. Basically, you're offering to lower the price of the house, but you're calling it a credit instead of lowering the price of the house. Just offer incentives. Maybe you're going to do seller financing so that you're offering to finance that you're still making the payments yourself, but the buyer's paying you directly instead of a bank. Maybe the seller can't or the buyer can't get financing for whatever reason, so they're paying you. You're kind of acting as the bank. There's a lot of different ways that you can offer incentives. Talk to your realtor, talk to trusted financial professionals. Um, there's a lot of different incentives that you could do.
Don't forget home warranties is a big thing.
Home warranties are a huge thing. A lot of buyers love home warranties because it makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside. Like if things do go wrong with the house, they can get it fixed for really cheap for just a low deductible. If that furnace goes out or that fridge goes out, they're buying a house with a warranty, kind of like a extended car warranty that way. So
Makes them feel safe.
exactly.
So
Excuse me. I hope that you guys found this information useful. We do all this stuff for our sellers. If you think that we can help you guys out with any of this information, please go ahead and drop a comment in the comment box below. Give us a call, send us a text, or shoot us an email. We'd be happy to meet with you guys and see how we can help you out. Go ahead and hit that like button for us. Let us know that you like this content. Hit that subscribe button to let us so YouTube can do its thing and let you know when we drop new videos. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.
happy selling.